Good afternoon, class. My name is Hasan Miller, and I'm going to be talking about incentives and burnout, and why it is very important, no matter what organization that you're in, to always have some type of incentives for your peers or colleagues or employees if you're an employer. So, what is incentives? Well, Merriam-Webster states that an incentive is a thing that motivates or encourages one to do something. And it's a little quote. Incentives, incentive to conserve. I don't know how it is in Houston, but in California, they give people money for recycling, so that's an incentive. An incentive is supposed to encourage an outcome or a goal, whether positive or negative. So, for example, you do get good grades on your tests, graduate, your incentive is to graduate. Just pretty dry, plain cut. But without incentives, employees will getting stressed or they'll burn out, and when that happens, the desired goal that you want will not be achieved. People will begin to be stressed and lazy, and there's no drive. And you want drive and you want motivation from anyone in your organization, whether it be from small groups like in college or high school, to teams, to big Fortune 500 companies. So, next slide. So, stress is a big part of anything that could happen with lack of incentives. What is stress? Well, stress is a natural physical response to events that make you feel threatened or upset your balance of life in some way. So, anxiety, nervousness, all types of stress. Feeling anxious, type of stress. Next. It can cause moodiness, irritability, and the feeling of being overwhelmed or even depressed. And those are actual symptoms. Stress is an actual condition that someone can have. It can cause physical and mental harm. Cause physical and mental harm. So, next slide. So, if there's no incentives and your peers or yourself feel real tired and don't feel like doing anything, i.e. senioritis, for you seniors in here, you burned out. What is burnout? Physical or mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. So if you don't have an incentive or a drive to do anything, then you will be burnt out and won't do anything at all. So this is the burnout curve, so to speak, and it shows, starting. Yeah. So we have excessive expectations at the top, the work output and satisfaction at the top going down, and then the sense of emptiness and worthlessness is to the right. So you start off with excessive expectations, always hard work, no reward or low rewards, and then increased effort, and you're still getting no results, no end in sight. You don't see the road, you don't see home. Wizard Boss, long yellow brick road. A rage towards others, that's when the stress starts setting in and you start feeling irritable. Mental and physical exhaustion, and then you start descending all the way to a future collapse, mentally and physically. So, 40% of all organizations suffer from employee burnout. That's a big part. Morale decreases and employees go into like an autopilot. Just wake up, go do what you gotta do, come back over and over again. There's no drive, there's no excitement. So when this happens, then the success rate of any company will decrease. There's no maybe, it will decrease. You will not get no product, you won't get any productivity. The next one. and the personal relationships can and will diminish. So if you're a regular person, a nice person, you know, you do your work, do your job, you do it well, you get no reward for it, and that's a reoccurring cycle. And then that next person tries to talk to you, and you don't feel like being talked to that day, and you kind of lash out. Even though that's out of your character, that could be very detrimental to your career, and that goes around for you being you know, hot-headed or high-tempered. So, how do you stop this burnout? And how? Well, first off, you must identify the burnout, or I pretty much identify the problem. Encourage employees, always positive reinforce, and that's when the incentives come in. You got to keep giving incentives. What type of incentives? Money, vacation, some type of reward, days off, benefits, retirement plans, tenure, you know, things like that. Of course, emphasize workers' importance to the organization. So, you know, make sure that you tell people that they're important and that they do matter and that they do contribute. Team building exercises, and always minimize your own personal stress at home. So you cannot bring whatever is happening in your life into the organization. You gotta keep them separate. And I thought this was like a nice little quote by Joseph Campbell. Find a place inside where there's joy, and the joy will burn out the pain. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Any questions?
Very good PowerPoint.
Nice. What are you persuading us to do?
Provide incentives with any of your small groups or organization that you're in.
Good.
What if we don't belong to an organization and we don't have the power to make that type of influence?
You don't have to be an organization. I also stated small groups, whatever small groups you're in at school, or I mean, I know you're a member of the debate team.
You don't know what
so,
I have.
You have a debate team shirt on. No, but whatever you're a part of, you know, you just let the people know, your teammates, if you're part of a team, just let them know that they're there. And you know, if you're not in a position to give an incentive, again, just let them know that they contribute to the team, make people feel important, and sometimes that's enough.
Any other questions, comments?
Where would you say your stress is on that curve right now?
As far as what, school?
Just life. Life.
Life. I'm saying mid-curve.
Mid-curve?
Yeah, mid-curve.
Is that okay? Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Why?
Can live with it?
Why?
Just.
Are you getting incentives?
Yeah.
What was your incentive to come to school today?
I got offered an internship, so upon graduation.
Yeah.
My incentive is to graduate so I can get the full benefits of my job.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you.